Ecological disaster report. Let me read that.
An ecological disaster has struck with the ongoing skirmish between the Frostfang tribes and av'som over the land surrounding Mount Yavlex. Tensions have been high. Homely Taskin, a member of the tribes, used his unlimited potential to push back avsomic forces. But something went wrong. Homely managed to create an intense blizzard that increased in size and severity until it grew out of control. That blizzard has enveloped the entire north. Av'sal, the Gulf, Muriel, and Kasai have all been affected by this catastrophe. The land surrounding the mining operation at Mount Yavlex has become uninhabitable. Casualties are estimated in the tens of thousands. While this sounds bad, such a calamitous result means that we can continue energy extraction without interference. We have the technology to withstand the cold. It is the opinion of this intelligence officer that the operations in and around Mount Yavlex can safely increase in scale and frequency.
Aw.
Alright, so now we know why this place is fucked up. Ooh, devices. I'll take those.
There's a book
Ooh, where?
on the table.
You wanna read it?
Sure.
Researcher
Researcher
alias.
discovery log.
I've discovered a strange effect that corresponds to a certain class of runes, those which transmute materials. It seems that for the briefest of moments, the affected object takes on the appearance of its future version before actually physically transforming. Curious. When I mentioned the glitch to her on a routine visit, CSO Thressa's eyes lit up, and she immediately called over Senior Researcher Vermeil. I cannot say that I'm terribly pleased about my workstation being taken over, but Vermeil seemed so excited that I felt compelled to let him take my place. I hope I will get a cut of any profit that comes from my discovery. Salmavir has been completely recommissioned by the DOS, with Vermeil in charge and myself second in command. We combined his stasis technology with my findings to create what we are calling the temporal engine. The device projects future visions of Salmavir to the mind of an observer, although the energy demand necessitates that tests only last a few minutes.
Huh.
Are they doing time travel? And also, I think
they're...
DOS will be Department of Science and CSO will be Chief Science Officer based on context.
Ah, that checks out.
But it sounds like they're doing timey-wimey experiments. Let's head up. Ooh, I found a book. Let's read it. But what are you talking about? What future?
Like,
What?
or like the temporal engine will make it so like observers will see a future
Yeah,
version of Salmavir.
yeah. And we are in Salmavir. I got a book. It's titled Sandy's Diary.
Dear Diary, I think I just overheard something huge. Something that I, a mere janitor, should never know. Mama always said that it isn't polite to snoop into other people's business, so I wouldn't dare to bring this home, but this thing is eating me alive, so I'm bringing it to your pages. Suppose that's what a diary is for. Alright, here goes. I was dusting off the old stasis pod prototypes when I heard a crowd of excited voices speaking quickly and quietly to one another. I could tell immediately that one belonged to Senior Researcher Vermeil, and straining my ears, I was shocked to hear that the precise and confident tones of the Chief Science Officer herself. Oh, what happened next, I can't explain. Maybe it was curiosity, maybe it was embarrassment, but for some reason, rather than leaving the room, I ducked into the stasis pod I was cleaning and stayed there, stock still, for the next 2 hours. At first, I could barely hear the thumping of my heart and the shame washing over my mind. In time, though, I decided that there were 8 participants in the meeting. Their voices were very quiet, so it was hard to make out what they were talking about. As I strained my ears, I started to be able to make sense of some of the words that were spoken repeatedly. Mount Yavlex was mentioned often, and so were contingencies and something like a part of the APOTHEΩSIS project. Part of me wishes that I had cracked open the heavy pot door to get a better listen, but Mama raised me right. Instead, I've been asking around the labs about Mount Yavlex. Folks around here always seem to be willing to gad, and it seems that place is really special to them. I've learned that it's over the northeast of the continent, that it's where the Empire's primary energy source is, and that some really fascinating research is happening inside the big facility out there. But it doesn't feel like they're telling me everything. Maybe it has to do with that odd shipment we got a couple of weeks back, or why stasis pods keep getting built here and sent out on the cover of darkness. I can't rightly say, but I'm getting more and more obsessed every day. Maybe I'll get to the bottom of it all. Or maybe I shouldn't. It does seem way above my pay grade. Shut up and sweet might be the better plan. I've gotta think about it.
Whoa.
So, like, what the fuck? Hell!
What? Where? What? Where are you? What? Where? Huh?
Anyway, something interesting in the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Page 6 of 9. So there are contingencies and something like the APOTHEΩSIS project. We had a vision, and this place is called Drehmal APOTHEΩSIS. I wonder what that means. It sounds
Oh,
like
wait a
that's
minute.
yeah. It sounds like that's what the janitor overheard, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I think.
Apotheosis. Hmm.
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 Something. The pieces are coming
Falling.
together. Are falling right into place. Is this where we entered? No, this is not where we entered.
Attempting network reconnection. Network reconnection success. Holotext. Back online. Now we can read the holotext. I'm gonna read this one here.
Survey drones are truly a marvel of avsomic engineering. These autonomous surveillance units are made of pure Ventite catalysts and were one of avsohm's first technological innovations. This technology is so old it was actually used to help locate the tear, which supplies all of our primal energy.
So I'm assuming that the creatures that we've been fighting are the drones.
Ah, that checks out. They're the guys that they built,
Yeah.
and they still remain after everyone else is gone.
There's a soundtrack playing, but it doesn't feel unique to this place. Let's see what.
We initially thought the amount of energy at the mountain was too minuscule to do anything with, until we sent the drones to perform further analysis. It turned out to be far beyond our wildest dreams, a source of energy so immense that our empire would never want for anything. The construction of the primary energy collection facility may have resulted in a frost-frank catastrophe and incredibly frigid northern temperatures, but in the end it was the best thing for our empire. Hail to av'sal!
So it's like, you know how people say solar energy, like, you're gonna deplete the sun?
Yeah,
I think that happened here. Except
that
there was
happened. Is that real?
except it's like geothermal or something. Primal energy from
Oh.
Mount Diablix. But it sounds like that's what happened here. No holotext there. Oh, there's holotext here.
Ooh.
Ever since we started harvesting energy, these strange, tall, inky creatures have strode the realm in the night. We've managed to capture and perform autopsies on a handful, and they seem to have a core composed of primal energy. We've been calling it a pearl. They have strange properties when you throw them, and I've always wondered what would happen if we threw one into the temporal engine. I doubt the mill would let me.
So these primal pearls
Yeah.
are. Oh.
Yeah. Was there any holotext in these? Yes.
Odunes, peering into our future, I watch and wait. Odunes, all will be dust, all will be ash. Let us drift together, drift to the Genesis, Odunes. I sit and watch, I peer through the hourglass, watching the inevitable, crafted from stolen energy. Who are we to try and stop it?
Whoa. Is that a Dune reference?
Shut the fuck up. There was one in the stasis chamber, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thrusters, collaboration. Thrusters, collaboration.
Famil, Gori, and I are working together on a contingency plan for any sort of catastrophe that would sweep av'som. We've got permission from Adul to receive some Red Dawn assistance in animal experimentation before we actually start putting Dramari in these pods. The goal is for these to be able to preserve us for years after a potential fall of av'som, and release us when the catastrophe has passed. Give the Empire a second chance.
Are we
Whoa.
survivors of the Rapture?
Oh, is that what happened?
It sounds like it, because these are the pods we came out of, and per what Thresser just said,
So is that where everyone was supposed to be, but something, or like, are they all like still in stasis somewhere?
I think where we were was the stasis facility, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was some dead people.
Are we getting a sword later?
Like remember the big sword they were experimenting with?
Yeah. There's a book here.
Blue Exodus showed up on our doorstep today, asking for us to take care of this fragment of primal energy. Serpent only knows what it's for. Apparently, it's part of a deal brokered by Chief Science Officer Teresa and General Camus for us to store some important artifact. I don't know why Blue Exodus can't handle their own blasted toys. They have more than 10 times the budget that the DOS, and Salmavir only has a fraction of that. Everything is going to slow down for us if we need to spend half of our power budget on stasis containment for some weapon that we can't even study. It just goes to show that av'sal cares way more about military might than anything that might actually help people.
He's mad.
He's
about
ranting.
it.
Oh, there's a holotext.
Yeah, do you want to read that one?
We thought it best to keep the fragments separate, at least until we found a suitable method to charge the weapon. If it were to be activated prematurely, the consequences would be dire. I can rest easy knowing its fragments are in secure locations. We left the other fragment in the Exodus depot, where it was originally forged with Covis's invention. Once we're ready, we can take both fragments and reattach them to the hilt within the repository under av'sal.
Yeah.
So we need to find the Exodus depot.
So Blue Exodus is the other faction. It was Blue Exodus, Red
Blue
Dawn,
Exodus, Red Dawn, Green Serpent.
and Green Serpent.
Alright, what's up there? No, just
Whoa.
What the fuck was... What are you doing?
Oh! The doors are opening.
What? Where? I didn't get a film. Oh.
So this is how we get out.
I'm happy to be able to contribute to the Apelion in some way, even back here on the mainland. These wings, av'sal coal, should aid the crew rather greatly in traversal on their expeditions. I think I'll ship some prototypes to Salanir as well. The Colomar riders would surely appreciate the inspiration I took from their mounts in designing this new tech. Hail to av'sal!
Av'sal coal, a strange technological artifact gifted by av'sal, constructed by the brilliant scientists housed here thousands of years ago. Despite the cutting-edge technology used in its construction, its weaknesses are hard to ignore, mainly being prone to combustion and an aversion to water-based magics.
So, yeah, so they got these wings for the crew of the Aphelion. We go down to the pit, the archives.
Yep. Because I have the fragment.
Oh yeah.
I have the stick.
So then, yeah,
Oh.
we just need to find the Blue
Right.
Dawn
Hold
Depot.
on.
A large atomic science facility that appears frozen in time. Experiments on stasis, advanced flight, and temporal mechanics were experimented with here. Autonomous survey drones discovered an energy anomaly within the mountain, spurring the creation of a primary energy collection facility. The highest tower was initially inaccessible, but by manipulating the temporal engine, a method of ingress was established. Within, one half of the mysterious Mythbreaker's blade was stored.
Whoa.
But are you ready?
Let's see it. I'm ready.
Is that what?
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Maybe I shouldn't stand on it.
Oh. That's supposed to do that? Ah! Oh!
Whoa.
This thing's gonna look crazy when it's done.
Yeah, it's like a stick with... It's like a broken scythe at the moment. Transcription of artifact CXE445. Alright, we have a
Whoa.
book. Let's see what it says.
The following is an audio message recovered at the site of a battlefield.
General Connors, come in! We have sustained heavy losses. It appears to be some kind of weapon. Our weapons don't work against orders. Come in, by trend, come in. The woman, they won't work, it's hopeless, we're done. Everyone's turning perfectly circular holes. Damn you, and damn the Zampa. I'm fucked. Holes. Oh no, Dread, no! Ah! There's a hole. I can still use it to know that.
Whoa.
Here you go. New book for you. Cool lab.
It's in this room.
Oh.
Is it the taps for the wine? Huh.
Something intriguing
Oh.
in here.
Yo, a book.
Yo, what's it titled?
It is titled Uninvited Guests.
Oh.
Hope that's not us.
Well, how would you
Should I
have
read it
written
for the class?
Yeah, read it for the class.
We Ro of Hevlock are far from beloved by the scalebound of Naharia, and we would rather die than bend a knee to an officer of Talon or Moonsworn. But we remain a pious people, and when aspect faith thrives, wingmakers are never far behind. We try to offer them hospitality when they come, but these are difficult times. So when a party of 3 wingmakers arrived in town yesterday afternoon, you could have cut the tension with a knife. Issa Su and Mazak were common enough guests, clad in the bright colors of their order and armed with lute and clarinet, but the third was a rare sight indeed. Aryan Silvermoon, former consort to the founder Froslia, and legendary storyteller. Only Aryan's eyes betrayed his age. He was wiry and far more agile than any of the villagers, except perhaps the children whom he chased around until dusk in a chaotic game of sheep and dragons that left us elders frantically counting heads. After our evening rituals to the Lord Lady, we gathered for a communal bonfire. Issa Su played a chipper series of jigs as Aryan and Mazak helped us distribute portions of freshly baked bread and sand trout. I kept one eye on them at all times, and took note of any youths about whom the Wingmakers seemed to take interest. They would not be luring any away from us if I could help it. I must admit, however, that I let my guard down as the night wound on. After a hauntingly beautiful performance by Mazak, it was Aryan's turn. Bright scales shimmering in the firelight, he told us a tale that I would not soon forget.
The Everfear is known by many names: Lord of the Void, Bane of Joy, Betrayer of the Realm, the Harbinger. It is unclear what minor flower of the primal tree or loins of an aspect that he sprung from, but it is said that his original name was Tethlane.
Though all of this was well known by the assembled adults, as I looked around, every face was turned to the storyteller in rapt attention. His amber eyes were like deep pools of honey into which I resigned myself to sink. For several minutes, Aryan's words were all I knew. I still remember every blasted one, diary, and I am recording them here for posterity.
Tethlane preferred the form of a great flying lizard in the days of legends and heroes, and he struck quite a hideous figure. Upon his four-scaled legs were sword-like talons. His two great wings were as black as night. He had 8 piercingly blue eyes and a maw with 3 rows of evenly spaced razor-edged teeth. He was a loner and would often disappear for long stretches of time. In other words, he was not well beloved by his siblings. In those days, Tethlane often took the guise of a traveler. Arrive at a distant kingdom and use the nobles' concerns about backstabbings to rise through the ranks until he had access to the ears of the monarch themselves. Then he would indoctrinate the youngest and most vulnerable citizens through re-education. His goal always was to create a new order through fear, to pacify and make weak. Kind Wormone, arbiter of the aspects, intimated these details to my partner during her training to form the recruiting division of the Termari, which later became my order. You say, my friends, the Wingmakers were created to carry on the legacy of Tethlane, to bring the elder will to those who live without it, no matter how far away they are, and to find others who will go far away to help our cause and to venerate the gods. You know how you see us, as child stealers, company to be tolerated but kept at a distance. In some sense, I cannot blame you. But I tell you now, as a fellow Temari, a friend and a peer, we have no love in our hearts today for the Everfear. We, the Wingmakers, have renounced him. We abhor his betrayal of the aspects and his underhanded tactics, his role in inviting the outsiders that destroy the empire of av'sal. Nor are we blind to the evil that now festers across the land today, to the rumors of travelers going missing and family members found maimed in the woods with no memory of their plight. And I tell you firmly and unequivocally, this is not the work of the Wingmakers. We stand with you against this growing threat. For I myself see them, my friends, 8 luminous orbs and a fanged maw in the darkness. Every time I try to sleep, though even the aspects cannot locate their loathsome brother, he is there in my nightmares. Should you choose to join us one day, you're welcome in our ranks. Only together do we stand a chance against this darkness among our ranks. Whatever you do, however, don't leave this village alone.
With that, Aryan stood up, a haunted look on his face. The other 2 Wingmakers helped him into his voluminous cloak. With a single
farewell,
he was gone into the night like an unmoored spirit. For several minutes the village stood there, transfixed. The children did not laugh or cry, but were still. Only the crackling of dying embers was audible in the gloom of a starless sky. In time, life returned to the village commons. I fled to my home, but no sleep greeted me. So I pulled out my pen and wrote. Only now do I feel the pangs of fatigue. Good night, diary, and may the eyes of Tethlane never find me in the night.
Well, okay, so who are the
So that was 21
Wingmakers?
pages. Yeah, that's what I was just now thinking.
Like, are these guys the Wingmakers?
I think these guys are just Temari, but the Wingmakers are also Temari. Hold up. I'm the guy with the book.
Yeah. I also found another book, but... So, the Everfear, right? That was what... That we saw... that being referenced when we were awoken from our slumber, the Everfear.
Yeah, that was in the beginning. So is that another
One of
is that another aspect?
it sounds like it, and it sounds like it's not
But,
a
like,
good aspect.
Is it like one of the aspects that like hasn't been mentioned yet because evil?
It sounds like it.
Like he who shall not be named?
Yeah, it sounds like it. And something about av'sal was also in your book.
Oh yeah, apparently like the Everfear or something caused the fall of the empire of avsohm.
So like it is the Everfear which raptured av'sal.
Where is it?
I have a book, and maybe this will elucidate some of our questions.
Oh, his role in inviting the outsiders that destroyed the empire of avsohm.
Oh. I found this book
Anyway.
in the, let me see what the place is called. In the Even Flow Chapel of Heflock.
Ah. Church book.
It is titled Three Great Sigils.
The Lord Lady is a vain and fickle one, rarely deigning to speak with her worshippers. But to this congregation's delight, he has spoken directly to us not once, but thrice. This is unheard of and worthy of immense celebration alone. And, wise as she is, he must have foreseen as much. We have been tasked with conducting rituals of utmost importance. 3 great sigils must be constructed, formed with canals of flowing fresh water. The plans of the Lord Lady are ambitious in scale, but we shall serve with devotion and zeal. Failure is unthinkable.
Whoa.
So within the chapel, or at least, I guess the people here are constructing a sigil.
Whoa, fortune's told. I should do that voice that I can't do.
Yo, there's a book here. Let's see.
Yo.
Youngster's Journey.
What do the youngsters sound like?
Youngster's Journal.
Grandpa is complaining again. He says us youngsters don't even know how bad we have it. Not being able to see Our Lady. Back in his day, Virtua would do weekly sermons in the kiln, in that central pool of hers. Ever since she went missing, the kiln has been almost deserted. Grandpa jokes that maybe she's just hiding out at the bottom of that big pool. Who knows? It's not like the monks would allow us to dive into her sacred waters anyways.
It feels like that's a reverse of the usual back in my day.
Yo, there's like a gazebo out back with a book in it.
You want to read it? If it's readable.
Let me see.
What does the book say?
When Virtual left, she took most of Evermari with her. But while some left the faith in disgust, the convictions of most Vermari have not shaken. In parishes all across the East, we of the lesser race continue to leave offerings at her statues. We all know that the kind and noble goddess will soon return.
Yeah, she disappeared. The chest
Oh my
of
gosh,
diamond.
it's like a huge kitchen. All the furniture is big.
Is Virtual big canon?
I think is Virtual a giant woman?
Oh yeah, she is, isn't she? Because she's just a giant Dramari, right?
Oh
or
right.
Dramari or something.
But I think like a
One
few of them were.
I'm in her bedroom. Let's see what she has.
Oh, big picture of her. Is this her mirror?
There's a book in here titled Powerless.
There is something wrong with me. For untold centuries, I have been content with this world's flaws. I saw them as opportunities for improvement. No longer. Increasingly, the world's problems are filling me with a horrible sense of revulsion. My brother seems to have no problem spreading chaos and warfare across the entire blasted realm, so why can't I do the same? Shouldn't I be rewarded for carrying on the Primal Tree's legacy? Why do I feel so small and powerless? Oh, certainly, I should be the last one to complain. I have an incredible family of friends in my Vermari, and hundreds of pilgrims who simper over my every word or action. Every day I am told that my gemstone eye only enhances my otherworldly beauty. But I hate it. I hate the alien feeling of the stone inside my eye socket. I hate the scars that my brother's fingers left as he defiled my face, and the makeup I need to use to cover them up. Malus brought war to my body, and what am I to do about it? Compliment him? Purify his ailing soul? Fix his hideous realm of deformed servants? I saw his expression after he maimed me, and I have already forgiven him for what he did, but I cannot forgive myself. When he suffered and lashed out across the realm, I sat here and blessed my devotees. When av'som fell in a day, I bathed and dined on fine cheeses and wine. When my grand pontiff of perfection left to lead an army against Malus, I stayed behind. I cannot do nothing anymore. At first light, I think I will leave this place to commune with the aspects at Yatai. Perhaps they possess some idea of what my next steps should be.
So that's why she left.
Whoa. And that's why she's not symmetrical anymore.
Yeah, because her brother slashed her, basically.
That's rude.
Right, then you saw a book, right? Are those sponges?
Yep.
Is this the book that you're talking about?
Oh no, that was the one in the tree. This is a different one.
Have you looked? Oh, there's a very short book if you want it. How
Sure, I'll
long
take
is the
short
tree book?
I didn't look. I didn't
Okay,
even pick it up.
cool. I'll have a look at the tree book then.
Let's see. Let me read this as you're there. Oh, it's not
You
even
can-
named.
You can. Oh, you can read it.
You can see strange things when you're out at sea. Things that don't exist. Things that don't yet exist. I dreamt a spire, towering out of the seabed. I dreamt the waters falling on all sides like rain off our sails. I dreamt. I dream. I will dream.
You know what? Good for him.
Good for him. He has a dream. Did you get my thing? No, I got it. Purifying light +2. Oh.
Your face shall be rewarded. Okay, I think I got max. Yeah, I have purifying light +3 and I got a totem of undying.
Purifying light 0. You have lit a flame that symbolizes your devotion to the goddess of purity. It is small, but flickers in a perfectly steady rhythm. Purifying light 1. You have lit a flame that symbolizes your devotion to the goddess of purity. The wax grows as the candle burns, dripping slowly upward in radially symmetric lines. Purifying light 2. You have lit a flame that symbolizes your devotion to the goddess of purity. Its candle has grown so large as to require a lantern for conveyance, yet you feel rested and agile when holding it. Purifying light 3. For millennia, I didn't know the many wrongdoings of those who incited my birth, but fragments of memory gave me suspicions, and now, at last, I know the truth. I will do what I can to one day earn Nardul's forgiveness.
Alright, I've maxed it out as the kids call it. Yo, what's this?
What's what?
Tree shrine note. Is this the one?
Oh yeah, that's the one in the tree.
Okay.
Tree shrine.
It's called Tree Shrine Note. Can we find a place where we won't get shot to read this?
Yeah. Ah, I'm getting shot.
I'm gonna go to Fertite's Finest Quality Lodgings. You should look at this thing. This thing right here.
This thing? World's largest cobweb. Yo, no way.
Legend has it that the seed which grew into the tree of the south blew in from the Strait of Veer, from a land lost to history. For time immemorial, the tree has stood as a monument to Virtuo's everlasting love for all living things.
You know, this place kind of sucks compared to Drehmal. Like, that's so much literature there. This place had 3 books, I think. I found a book!
Yeah.
It's 20 pages!
Yo!
Yeah! We gotta
Makes
read.
up for all the missed literature.
Come with me. Come into this Kiln attendant's residence.
I'm here. This is a nice little house.
Alright, are you ready for a bedtime story in the dark and stormy night?
Yeah, a bedtime story.
Before the tragic dawn of the 4th of Beam, there were so many Vamari. Although we didn't usually have children, we were largely impervious to age and disease, and so we had each other. I was particularly close to Luvic and Daedra, who were aides at a kiln. As I was stationed far away from them at the ancient abbey, now Fort de Marge, I only spoke to them via letter. We wrote to each other very often. Luvic kept a log of all the parts he could sneak into the services. He ran for the people of Fertide and would gleefully report on particularly idiotic wordplay he managed to hide by his stern mannerisms. I would tell him about how many words starting with the same letter I could fit into my services, and he got a kick out of that. Daedra and I would usually talk about what it really meant to serve the goddess. Although we usually disagreed, we were always civil. Sometimes one of us would even change our mind. Our most fundamental difference of opinion was about the use of violence. Daedra felt the targeted use of military force could pave the way for greater peace if it was directed at the most hateful and dangerous individuals in society. I felt that any violence was wrong, and that any soul was redeemable upon careful reflection and purification. It was a particularly cold week in North Arkside when my usual correspondence was interrupted by a single ornate letter which was delivered by a special caravan from the tide. To my surprise, it was addressed by Vahid, the warlike Grand Pontiff of Perfection and Master of Av'sal. It bears mentioning Vahid was the last Vamari I expected to hear from. As adjudicator of the parish, he had deemed my soul fit for ascension, but unfit for service at a kiln, as had been my dream, and appointed me to my remote outpost in the plains. Although his name is now spoken about with much hatred, at the time I had no idea about his duel with the Moonsword or his misdeeds. Vahid was simply an important and hawkish Vamari with whom I did not see eye to eye. The letter was surprisingly long, and far more familiar than I would have expected given the very limited prior relationship I had with Vahid. It spoke of his great sorrow and of the goddess's fear and derision. It told the story of why she felt that Drehmal was no longer worthy of her divine efforts, and it informed me that she and most of the Vamari, including Daedra and Luvic, would be leaving for some place far away, likely never to return. To put the proverbial icing on the cake, Vahid recognized my desire to be a kiln attendant and ordered me to live an ironic mockery of my former dream, to run the kiln of Virtual as the only member of the grand parish remaining. Stunned and heartbroken, I must confess I immediately lost my lunch. Surely, I felt, there must have been some mistake. How could the goddess have truly decided to abandon the Drehmal, the land itself? Me? I bid a sudden farewell to all my parishioners at Darkside, leaving the little church I had built in the hands of a reliable Drehmari named Armut, and then I made a beeline for Fertide, only to find a great city in mourning. I learned that on Virtual's audience day that week, no Drehmari nor the goddess herself were seen. The halls of the grand parish complex were empty and devoid of all personal effects. Weak in the knees, I prayed to Virtual for strength and cried for what felt like 2 weeks straight in the quiet altars of the kiln. I met occasional hermit Vamari remaining in the realm who had heard the news and offered condolences. Though I begged them to stay and help me rebuild, they soon went on their way, preferring to follow their own path. Eventually I found strength, and gradually purpose returned. If Virtual needed to leave, it was surely to help some other people in far more need than the Drehmari, and she had chosen me as a sole representative in Drehmari. Putting aside my lamentations, I began rebuilding the kiln according to my own views, with Virtual's blessing. I attempted to draw upon the open-mindedness of Daedra and the humor of Luvic as I set about my work. The first thing I did was order dismantling of the old grand parish. I had come to hate the warlike and vicious role and had begun to play in global affairs. I settled for a small cottage near the kiln for myself and fellowed devout Vamari and Drehmari monks at which we could live while teaching. Similarly, I encouraged people for Fertide to form a representative government instead of ruling as a tyrant. All of this has worked to my immense satisfaction. The faith of Virtual continues to thrive throughout the realm in cities, towns, and rural areas alike.
The tide has continued to have its ups and downs through the decades, but has settled on a constitution which appoints a council to make policy and run its affairs. That has been a lot of stress off my plate, and the monks who live at a kiln have become dear friends. We talk every night about the ways that Birchrow shows her love. The Order of Flame Lanterns still have not burned out. There's much left to do, so I'll stop this memoir for now. A businessman from Vertai plans to open a hotel on the Isle of Veer itself. Lubick, if you read this, have a tellingly, totally terrific time touring my tasteless tiny town.
That's it, Bird.
Whoa.
Did you see there's a cave behind the...
Yeah.
In saying that, I found something for...
Here, let me go out the back. Let me go out back. Steakhouse.
Okay,
Are
the
you in the
music, yeah. Go in the cave, you see what I mean.
I'm waiting on install. I'm preparing. I'm finalizing. I'm
gonna read the book while you load in.
Okay.
Negotiation notes.
The goddess of the turquoise owl was surprisingly gracious. Although the serpent is our muse, she welcomed us with open arms. After feasting on a meal of local rice adorned with fragrant herbs and spices, and washing it down with cool purified water taken from the springs of the kiln itself, we spoke with the Grand Pontiff, Arjuni, about the artifact and our proposal. Seeing it herself for the first time in the flesh, the Pontiff watched the artifact pulse and shimmer with the latent divine energy radiating from the sanctum. Her silvery blue Vermari eyes became distant. After a moment, she opened her mouth and began to speak. The following words are a rough transcription of what Arjuni, Grand Pontiff of Purity, told the Chief Science Officer Elias of av'sal that day.
I am of two minds when I hear your proposal. On one hand, I think your goal is noble. Our realm has grown much too far from the aspects. While the goddess is focusing on leading the forces of good against the hosts of Nelmari, she cannot spend much time helping to maintain the forces of the natural world. Perhaps learning about divine magic really is the path to fulfilling our role as stewards. I must also say that the goddess approves of your people. Your Emperor Drin honors Virtuo whenever he chooses to negotiate rather than conquer. His goal of bringing the realm under a single, pure, perfect peace is also laudable. And yet, young ones, I worry. I worry you are being reckless. In your ambition, you seek to tame a chaotic force of the realm which the venerable aspects have entrusted only to themselves. Kaiv has been generous to give us runes. Now you seem to seek the whole alphabet. You have seen our blue lanterns, yes?
We've been acquainted, but I do not see the connection to our proposal, your guidance.
It's somewhat analogous to your situation. Those lanterns are lit by order flame. Regular fire, even the sacred flame which heats our world, is chaotic and unpredictable. It is true that they have done great things for our realm and are core to the survival of millions by heating food and bringing light to the night. And yet, the burnt lord and his minions use fire to scorch entire towns off the map. For that reason, our goddess brought us order flame. So long as her infinite love persists, our lanterns will neither require fuel nor spread outside their cages. They are not as bright, nor do they produce the same amount of heat, and yet, with her sacred rites of purification, we require nothing more. Here is what I will say. You may do as you wish so long as your facility does not disrupt worship activities at the kiln. Learn about divine magic to better the lives of Dromari across this land, but do not forget the lesson of order flame. Do not allow your newfound power to be abused. Even if a burnt general obtained one of our lanterns, she could not create a bonfire. See to it that your ambition and the applications of any secrets you find are similarly limited. That is all. Virtual requests that you wait until after her next audience day to move into the cave. Felmy Atreed.
Whoa.
There you go. You can have this book. 10 pages. To read.
Ooh. This is Project Archangel. That sounds interesting.
4 years ago, we discovered an anomalous object in an impact crater near Salternimus. It exhibited numerous anomalous properties such as levitation, indestructibility, magnetic poles on a reversal interval, and an astonishingly high energy reading. Potential within this object rivals that of Arentite catalysts, though we cannot determine the composition. It's unlike anything we've ever seen. After some light experimentation, we noticed that when exposed to different types and strength of magic, the blue vein-like structures running down the surface of the anomaly glowed at different colors and intensities. When exposed to a captured sample of divine magic, energy readings spiked and the veins glowed the brightest we'd ever seen them. This discovery led us into Project Archangel. Hypothesis: focus scans show the anomaly is composed of different layers of material, with the innermost core being the source of the high energy readings. If we can break through the surface and expose this core, we may have access to a catalyst with higher potential than Rentite by a significant, albeit unknown quantity. Uses for even a single catalyst like this are numerous and could advance avsohm's technology much further. Method: construct a facility in an area of high ambient divine magic where the anomaly reacts the strongest. Within this facility, we construct the Archangel energy array to feed primal energy into the anomaly. By hitting the anomaly with a bombardment of focused primal energy, we can attempt to safely remove the outer layers of material from it and reach the inner core without damaging it. In fact, we could even harness some of the anomaly's own inner power via an energy cascade should the primal energy beams penetrate deep enough. An energy cascade would allow the anomaly to break itself open from the inside out rather than us attempting to do so from the outside in, much like how we constructed the divination facility. It will take some trial and error to tune the energy levels just right to achieve a cascade, but it should be doable. The beauty of the Archangel array is that while firing energy at the anomaly, it will simultaneously run a deep spectral analysis so that we can better understand it. Where did it come from? What is it really made of? How much energy do we need to open it? Soon these questions will be answered, and soon we will have ushered in a new era of avsomic technology.
Wow.
Whoa. So they're trying to break this thing open?
So this thing, they're trying to, so they can steal its energy.
Okay, next book is 1 year update.
We've been working in the divination facility for about a year now, and Archangel construction was finished about 6 months ago. Since then, we've been slowly and carefully running energy bombardments, incrementally increasing the energy levels until we can achieve an energy cascade. It's a slow process, and it's been getting people down recently. Giev was complaining that she hasn't experienced fresh air or the gentle heat of the Tehran in a year, and Jill says he misses his family. Slow progress with no results means low morale, but in the end, this will all pay off. I know it will.
Oh.
And so you
So I'm
get
wondering
your
if
next book.
this. So this is the final. I
That's the second
wonder if
last
this should be a
book.
different person.
I have the
The
final
second
book
last.
here.
We did it! We actually did it! We achieved an energy cascade. It was short-lived, only lasted a few seconds before an error with the stabilizers forced us to shut down, but we did it! We are getting so close, we can finally go home. Just a couple more activations, then we'll have made history.
Oh.
This sounds like it got half-life.
It sounds like, well, they're using the word cascade too, so did a almost not resonance cascade happen here?
Yeah, anyway, that's one last book. It's entitled Final Activation.
We've lost contact with High Command. In fact, we've lost contact with every other research facility. Salmavia won't even respond to our pings. Hopefully, this is just a blip. Some worker in the primary comm station probably just flipped a switch and brought the whole network down. Now, they're getting yelled at by their superior while everyone else at the facility scrambles to get everything back online. But I know that's not the case. Something very, very bad has happened, and I'm terrified. We're scheduled to run what should be the final Archangel activation in less than an hour. Just need to stay focused on that. Keep morale up here. Soon, we'll all be back outside, experiencing the warmth of the sun and the embrace of our loved ones. Jeeve will be breathing fresh air. Jill will see his children. I'll get to see my husband. Ulvan, dearest, I may not see you again. That is my greatest regret.
Whoa. So wait, that's what I'm wondering. Did these people? Are they talking about did the rapture thing happen? And these guys were
Maybe.
not affected, or is that something else happened?
If they weren't affected, I would expect there'd be a note left behind, right?
Yeah. I guess that's besides just the. So I guess this is something
I
before
mean,
that.
it could be a
calmed them
rapture
down.
that didn't happen all at once, where
Yeah, just like
av'sal
everyone
fell,
else.
Salmavir fell while exploding, and then they got raptured here and just disappeared. But what's interesting is I saw this last time and I broke the glass. There was glass here. I broke it off screen. But there's a thing here.
Drehmal bar. It also tastes.
Virtual cola. Anyway, you can.
There's
that'd be-
Kohler.
Yeah, that's cola made from virtual or something.
Don't mind if I do.
I don't know if you should drink her cola. I would keep it as an
Too late.
artifact.
Should we go? Are we gonna go on the
house?
Do you want to go to the bridge?
House
spotted. Locking
House.
in.
Book.
I went fishing and caught something too heavy for my rod.
That's what the book said. Is the book
book.
titled? No, it's not. You can have it though. Where are you? Where are you?
Yo.
Where are you? Take the book.
Right here.
You should read that book as well. It's a great book. It tells a lot about the world and the story.
This is a very lore-heavy book.
It's one of the books of all time. You know what I mean?
True. This is up there with 1984 and whatever books people think are good. There's a diary.
You want to read it? How do you sound like a pillager?
Arr.
Arr, arr, arr.
Dear diary. I gotta sound like. I gotta sound like Alex Jones.
Okay.
Dear Diary, today I began my cataloging of the aspects. I plan on writing about each of them in extensive detail, in the event that we are forced to come face to face with one. After all, a bandit group controlling such a large area could be cause for alarm. Not deity alarm, but it's still good to have. Day 2. Kive is incredibly intriguing. Could they be assumed to be the true creator of the realm, as they are the provider and creator of magic? Without Kive, the other aspects would be unable to carry out their powers. Drehmal, Malist, and Virtuo would be mere mortals without Kive's blessing. Apparently, Kive doesn't mind. They like the lack of attention. Day 7. Tethlane is incredibly odd. There's not much on him. He was last heard from in the 32nd year of the Second Avim, before the Great Deity War. That's practically prehistoric. He supposedly flew too far north and fell off the face of the realm. But why? Why would a being of such great status do such a stupid thing? This raises more questions. Can you really fall off the realm? What's at the edge? Is there nothing? This is exciting. Tethlane will take up a good chunk of my research. Day 21. After extensively looking through several papers that try to document pre-deity war, I've come with some sort of conclusion. Well, 2 pieces of information that most likely do not connect to each other at all. Early Dramari art of Versailles depicts it as the original, warmer, but still incredibly cold, climate it used to be. But there are 0 references to Mount Yavlix, the tallest mountain in the realm. There's one very rudimentary map depicting the northwestern coastline of the region, and its most defining feature, Mount Yavlix, is completely missing. Just an ocean.
these pieces are dated to be from the second decade of the second avim, before Tethlane disappeared. In the third decade, some pieces do map out the mountain in its entirety. This is also when traditional Farsilian fear-based culture began to form. All of this has hardly any connections, but this was the only major event I could find that happened during this time period. I'll try collecting further data and forming my own conclusion. Maybe I'll travel north myself. Day 24. I'm still completely lost on this one. There is nothing else pointing to conclusive evidence on the true fate of Tethlane or the mysterious appearance of Mount Yavlix. I've all but given up for now. Maybe I'll return to this topic later.
A divine pet project.
Oh.
So Yavlix is the mountain that av'sal, the avsomic empire, was trying to extract energy from, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
The primal energy. And Tethlane, what is the Everfear? Is Tethlane the Everfear?
Hmm.
Okay. What else did I say? Bastion of Truth, founder of the Order of Av'sal. Right. I think we've heard of them before, but I'm not sure.
You attacked while you're reading lore.
Yeah, what a dickhead.
Wait, is there a guy? Is there a grave? Is this a grave?
Whoa, big oh yeah, this will probably be a big grave because the guy was called. Oh. Overcheer's Great Hammer. Whoa.
You ain't get.
Yeah.
Hovachir's Great Hammer. Hovachir Myrick, one of the founders of the Order of Av'sal, was a master architect. Towards the end of his life, he valued transparency above all else, which did not coincide with the Avsomic Council's motives.
I think just makes you heavy from PF2.
Essentially, yes. Ooh, there's a little house over there.
Oh, where?
That way, that direction.
Which direction?
Across this little lake.
What? I don't. Ah, I see it.
Ah!
Ah, what? You okay?
I crashed into a berry bush.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Anyway, like I said, I have a book. It's entitled The Skiveran. And
Whispered in drowned catacombs and dismal backwaters are the secrets of the Skiveran, an elusive sect of bionic alchemists dedicated to a sick art. By scavenging dead bodies from graveyards, wretched Skiverans are able to stitch together the corpses of the fallen, creating bionic monstrosities stronger than any common zombie. Skev, as they are known, are often composed of multiple creatures stitched together in order to provide benefits from each. The art of the Skiverans is often looked down upon, even amongst the more fanatic alchemists. Less radical alchemists see it as wholly immoral and inhumane, while more passionate ones see such trivialities as a betrayal of the work.
Huh. Yeah. Okay, so it's like Frankenstein.
That's
could you
scary.
take this? Could you put this bundle in your primal cache? -4.
Which one?
Oh,
That one? Yeah.
The spoon from this like saw lab kind of place. Here, go put that in your primal cache as well.
Yep. Saw lab.
I mean, not wrong.
So it is saw.
Yeah, you know, like the whole saw contraption for
It's
the guy.
better. It's a.
So, you're in a room. And there are 2 rods above your head.
Alright, okay, man.
One of them is made of copper. The other
Yeah,
is made of copper.
Oh, we haven't gone up yet.
Nope.
Let's see what's up here.
Yo.
Ah! So many of them! Get out of here!
The man!
Okay. Oh, there's even more in here. There's another book in here.
I'm gonna close this door.
There's a book in here. It's entitled Diary of an Insane Alchemist.
They all called me insane. They all did. But I was the only one who could see the truth. That's why I had to build this. My dream home. Here, I could work in secret, away from all those pesky villagers. At least, I found another use for them.
Oh. So that's how yeah.
Also, I just realized. Look at what his bed and carpet
Oh
make
my
up. Look at the painting.
God. I wonder what it means. Why? Okay, what? Okay. What is it? What is it, Bird? What is it? What is it? What is it, Bird? What is it? Oh, cool book. An archaeological tragedy.
What's the tragedy?
Let's see what it says.
One of the great tragedies of the avsomic age was the obliteration and looting of the Tanaxi pool ziggurat of the eastern Vuruct Plateau. Though much of their unique technology is now lost, we know from a few inscriptions recovered from the nearby ruins of Salvaruct by Dusps in early Av3 that this temple was once home to ingenious designs which rivaled the complexity of avsohms. Someday, maybe, I will take an expedition up there to see it for myself.
Cool.
Yo.
There you go. Lore guy.
Archaeological tragedy.
I found a book, but let me board this place up. So board this place
Oh,
up.
here it is.
So
Heard the explosion.
I found a funny block.
Anything in the funny block?
Let me get the book first. The book is
Here,
entitled Creed of the Ordered Flame. So before I read it, I'm gonna assume it's virtual related, right?
Sounds about right. Like the Order Flame is
Yeah.
her whole thing, right?
Yeah, and we know from the really long book from the guy who lives at Kiln that someone was stationed here, maybe him, I forgot. But someone was here in Fort Namarch related to Virtual's religion, so let's see.
Sacred fire burning bright, turn the darkness into light. May the ordered flame thus burn, as blue as the ocean's ceaseless churn. And when we fade into the sky, may she stand forever by. With sacred fire burning bright, may she lead us all from blight. Bring us peace, bring us purity, bring us perfection. Virtual lore agormal.
I have a book for you.
Whoa. Okay. I just killed people. I mean, zombies.
Huh. I found a library.
What's that?
There's nothing in it.
4 barrels. Oh, there's no books.
Oh, that's one book. Old Mossfield. That's a reference in the library, but I'm not gonna read it because I don't like it. Let me go back in the library so I can be safe from the wet.
What? Are you scared you're gonna melt?
Well, the book is made of paper, so I don't want to get it soggy.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, book return. Oh.
Mossfield, the quaint seaside village you see today, was once a bastion of hope for all Drehmari. Originally constructed as a port city for an old kingdom, Mossfield was small and unimportant. It quickly grew in size, and when powerful trade companies utilized airship technology, it allowed the city to rapidly grow. Within a decade, it became the most populated city within the Spearhead regions. Because of this, it was chosen as the capital of the Order of Av'sal. Once more kingdoms began to join the Order, Mossfield grew even larger and became the largest city in known Drehmari history. It became a center of wealth and knowledge, art and writing, industry and trade. It truly was the crown jewel of the Third Avim. Unfortunately, riots ensued after relations within the Order grew unstable. These riots were especially volatile in Mossfield, with its incredibly diverse population. The city is nothing but rubble now, with the only remaining structure being the library of the Ansomic Council. The ruins lie east of here, up the hills, and serve as a reminder of what once was.
Oh.
So that's where we were. Although, to be fair, even as rubble, it's not that big. Like, Kratide is bigger.
Yeah.
Like, Kratide's the biggest place we've been to so far. Where are you? I have a book for you. Been in there. Have we been in here?
Is this the library?
No?
Oh.
You want to read this book? Because I've been reading. I've been finding the books. There's a book.
You've been the bookman. Oh, look right here.
The Mystery of Castle Hovechir. Yo, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Wait,
that's the big
I remember
hole.
that name.
That's a big hole.
Oh,
that's where we that because Hovechir was the leader of Av'sal, and we found a hole, and that was the mystery. Where did he go?
Where they got
and
yoinked.
your big hammer that one taps enemies. It's Hovechir's, right?
Oh wait. Yeah, Hovechir's great hammer.
Yeah. Okay, now we.
All right.
Now we can find out.
I decided to visit the Hovechir crater this week. It was somewhat of a trek being deep within the woods, but it was worth it. I started by following the road to the Vedant Labyrinth, but as soon as I saw grey cliffs, I went around them and followed the foothills of the mountain range to the west. The crater itself was beautiful, yet harrowing sight. It clearly was not natural as I had been told. The steep drop-off from the forest above made it appear as crater. To think that a great castle once stood here, a castle that housed the Ansomic Council, the greatest governing force of the Third Avim. It's unthinkable. It was just plucked from existence, turned to nothing. And the Ansomic shrine dedicated to Hovechir Myrick, one of Insom's founders, was here, directly to the north of the crater, up on the cliff. It was his grace. So sad to think what became of him, his partner, and the order he made. We shall thank him for allowing us to live in a more peaceful world, albeit a dying one.
Whoa.
Alright, that's a cool building. I wonder what's in here.
This building.
Ooh, a book.
Ooh, a book.
Let me yoink that. What's this?
Yoink.
Burn's
What's
Ramblings.
it about?
Imagine being called
Ramblings.
Burn. I'm gonna read the book in here.
Perhaps it is a tad cliché for an old woman to be so concerned about the young people of this city, but these pages shouldn't speak unless I allow them to. Yesterday, young Juniper Quarryman announced her intention to bring little Thom out of town to ask for the Serene Mother's blessed healing at the Order of Teroon. Poor Thom has been a pale, sickly thing as of late, all bent over with cough. Juniper is a brave girl, though, and as capable as they come. Thom is lucky to have such a dependable sister. Nevertheless, although my teaching years are now behind me, I cannot help but worry that this might be the last time I see my former student. We all grow up and grow tired of a complacent life. Myself and Brooks traveled for a spell and ventured all the way to the wide eaves of Fertide and the glistening domes of the kiln itself. But we came back at first thaw and never again strayed far beyond the loving arms of family and friends. The youth of today are different, I tell you. Just 2 summers ago, Gavin Stonemount left for the south. He was the strongest and most spiritually devout pupil I had ever had the pleasure of mentoring. He probably taught me more than I taught him. But Gavin has never returned here. The Stonemounts are beside themselves with worry, and I fear they may soon give up hope. Flora Broomsbury was another who set off for the kiln last year. She had the finest voice I had ever heard, and was just as reverent as Gavin. But lo and behold, Flora hasn't returned yet either, nor have Cora Steinemaker or Horace Bale, though I truthfully have less faith in the forging skills of those two. Needless to say, Thom and Juniper will be foremost in my heart in the coming days, though I perhaps should not fret so much. Mossfielders know that the Teroon Monastery has been a friend of the city since the Ansomic days, and Abbot Balthazar, the current head monk, is the very model of a scholarly man of the cloth. The weather should not be too bad either. Brooks would always say that when Laron and Moran make a triangle with Lodar in the night sky, it is time to leave in order to get to the kiln and back before winter. As a teacher, students are the lights that guide my path. May Virtua bring them all home safely, even Horace, even though he was always the difficult one. I do look forward to having a long talk with Juniper about her travels over tea when she returns.
So this is a teacher, retired. But more interestingly, we now know that the other moons are called Loran and Loran.
Ah, now we know. So then we could probably, sometime we could actually probably figure out which ones are which.
Lorun and Loran make a triangle with Lodar. Lodar is the important one because I saw a vision that tells me you can go there in the future. I have the book.
Killed him. There's one
Oh.
guy.
Wait, how? That's guys back there. How do we get back there?
Back.
I mean, I can gun them down.
Ow, my bones. Ew.
There's a special chest there, so I'm not gonna open it yet. But oh, there's funky blocks back here
Funky blocks?
that lead into bookshelves. Are you ready?
Yes, yes.
Peace treaty. Recipe for peace treaty. Symbol of undying alliances unlocked. It's iron sword.
Peace Treaty. Mossfield was the capital city of the Order of Inzom, the union that binded together the nations of the Third Avim. Their diplomatic success was how they grew to control most of the continent.
Diplomatic immunity. Taking damage from an enemy grants a temporary speed boost and armor boost. Alright, we have a library to raid. There's a book in here, which I can grab. Airships of Drehmal.
Ever since Professor Heimfall reverse-engineered Mail's airship technology in F-3509, the people of Drehmal have been changed for the better, with far more convenient trading and traveling. Airships were first used by powerful trading companies starting in F-3512, which allowed them to control huge sections of the economy. This was beneficial to Dremarikind for a time before those companies started to influence politics to their benefit. This is what eventually led to the Order of Inzom's first major war, the Inzomic Trade Wars. During this time, merchant fleets were repurposed into battleships. This is the first time since the Dune Wars that airships were used for fighting. The Order of Inzom began constructing a fleet of battleships to be used in future wars, and the eventual Battle for Drehmal, where all of the Eastern nations united to take back the West from Malus. The pride and joy of this fleet is the ICS Arbiter, which was constructed using avsomic technology. This magnificent flying machine was used during the Battle of Drehmal as a mobile center of government to make quicker, more informed decisions. Malus had his own fleet of airships, but not much is known about them. They were used primarily in the Dune Wars to decimate the resistance. Av'sal also had their own expansive fleet, but most of these have either been dismantled for parts or lost to time. There has been a search since the dawn of the Third Avim to find the crown jewel of their fleet, but not a single trace of it has been found. This airship, called the Aphelion, was said to house the throne of the Avsomic Emperors. It is said that an untold wealth of knowledge is aboard the ship, as well as powerful technology that would be greatly beneficial to Drehmal as a whole. It is believed that the airship is somewhere at the bottom of the ocean, as no ground expeditions have been able to find its wreckage. There are still adventurers who wish to find the Aphelion and claim its wealth. There have also been reports of Malus's army going on expeditions to locate the airship. We hope that the airship is never found, or that the power within falls into the wrong hands.
Hey, we know the Aphelion. Oops.
Is that? Yeah, we've known a lot. Oh. We've heard a lot about it because of yeah.
Back at av'sal, they talked about the Aphelion.
That's the ship.
Yeah, it's the ship.
I'm wondering
Holy shit,
if
right?
it is the ship in the vision.
I mean, I don't think so because it's in the vision. It's still alive.
Yeah, so that might be a ship, and then
I found another book in here.
Ooh.
This is gonna have weird words, isn't it? because it's titled the... This is titled Journal of Councilman Kifs Minhar.
Oldver's a lost cause. The man is obsessed, a fanatic for ancient technology. He believes that the only way we stand a chance at retaking the West from Malus is by recreating and restoring avsomic weaponry. He doesn't seem to understand that not even the brightest of our arcanists can barely comprehend avsomic runes. He's been neglecting his duties as a councilman, instead electing to go off on wild archaeological expeditions. He's always been a knowledge seeker, but this is too much. We should be focusing on defending our existing territories, innovating off of technology we already understand, and maintaining relationships between the nations. I swear, he will be the downfall of this order. If he convinces the other council members to follow him in his pursuit of power, we will end up just like avsohm. I'm going to bring up Oldver's removal at the next council meeting. Apparently, he and his archaeological team discovered an avsomic vault on an island just off the western Kasane coast. According to letters we've received from him, it's a library filled with wondrous knowledge. There is so much to be learned here. We may be able to wield the power of Rentite one day after all. A few days after receiving that letter, we got another from the dig site supervisor. Apparently, Oldver locked himself inside of the vault. He read something that caused him to enter a rather manic and fearful state. They've been trying to get him out for days, but all they can hear inside the vault is arcane noise and Oldver incoherently ranting to himself. Someone in this state has no place in the Order of Avsohm. Hopefully, my fellow council members can see that. Though, I can't help but wonder what he read which caused him to enter such a state. For a man of his wit and cunning to be so easily shaken by words hundreds of years old, I find to be troubling.
Whoa.
Kasane, is that Casai?
Here, you can
Okay.
You can be the judge of that. It's on like the 6th page. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the place mentioned in one of the first books that we ever got, which I think from the visions is the Middle Eastern analog.
Oh, okay.
So I guess the story is that he read he stumbled upon forbidden knowledge. I already stole the book from up there. I have it. It's titled Auxiliary Van's Concern. It's only 2 pages.
Ooh.
I have heard word from the excavation effort at Mount Yavlix in northwest Versailles. They have officially suspended operations. Master Vahid won't be happy at all. I'll need to talk to him in public. He's less likely to be in one of his moods when the realm is watching. I'll also need to pair it with some good news. Maybe the alchemy division has figured something out? I hope so. Or I might be the newest frontline trooper in the Carmine.
We have another Mount Yavlix mentioned, and I know from the visions that Yav is the end game.
Oh. So we only had like a couple mentions, right?
Yeah. Yavlix is where all of the it's why Sal Mavir is fucked. Right?
Oh.
They were doing experiments with getting primal energy from Yavlix and they exploded and got locked in time. I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And we also had mentions of Rentite and Yavlix in the secret lab at Kiln. I think. Pretty sure. There's a pot at the bottom of this. So I'm wondering if it means something.
Oh. Yo, that guy had a baked potato.
Wait! Oh my god! Okay.
What?
I found Tygel's offering chamber.
We mine the Tyrite, sacred to Tygel, deep under this town, and bury our desires within its ancient formless, marbled red stone, which burns within and without, if ignited, shall burn forever. May our offerings be incorporated into the virgin stone, the first stone, and may the land walk again.
You know the tower which looked weird?
Which tower?
The one with the flower pot at the bottom of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I broke into it because game design, and there's an offering platform here for Landfall Drake Tigel wishes for your offerings. And I assume what do I get? Efficiency book, okay. What do I get? Potion of slowness. Thanks, I guess. Do you like this? No, he doesn't like that.
Oh, did you max him out?
Okay. Now that I've maxed them out, you can take all of this, take all of this, take all of this. That's all of our magma, by the way. I'm so climbing coded
When you see it.
killed.
When you see it, just saying.
Whoa. 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 Yep. So let's head there.
Let's head to the big place.
It looks kind of like what Grand Pike Canyon looks like, right?
Yeah.
Players, where are you?
It was like right next to it or something. Taking a bite of burger.
Well, where are you? That's not a look. Oh, there you are. Well, you are right. So you are right. I could wings it over there.
We go to the path?
Yeah. I think we can land there.
Oh.
Shadowhorn Gulch. It is unclear when the prison?
Prison?
Ah! Let's try that again. It is unclear when the prison at Shadowhorn Gulch was first built, but it has operated since before the apex of the Avsomic Coalition and is thought to be the most secure detention facility in the realm. Discovered Shadowhorn Gulch. Alright, let's go along the path.
How many ladders do you have?
I'm running out. That's the answer. Will we make it before I run out? I'm out. We made it, kind of?
No!
What happened?
I planted a torch.
Help!
What?
Skeleton.
What?
Wait. I beat the shit
How
out
do I
of
get?
him.
There's like a thing here.
There's a guy here. What's his name? Shadowhorn Warden. I found the Warden. Should I murder him?
Murder the Warden. Kill him.
This is just like Shawshank Redemption. I think.
Never seen that.
He makes... Ah! What the fuck? He makes squelchy noises when you damage him.
Yeah, there's 2 sentries up here.
Whenever I hit him, he drops silverfish.
What the? Let's kill 2 Shatterhorn sentries. There's also like a blue stuff. Oh, it's a door. Why'd I break it then?
I think this
Yo,
is
I
a
found
boss
a way.
battle.
Is it? Where is he?
At
Is he
the
at the
top.
bottom? At the
Up
top.
the chain. And then you can break into his home. Yeah. See, 7 another silverfish. He dropped 2 more silverfish.
Ow.
Oh. Well, you know, you have...
I didn't mean to do. There's blood. Oh my, wait.
Try to take...
His heart? Oh, these are maggots.
Wow!
What the?
Stage 2?
Are you supposed to kill his heart? Okay, where's his heart? Did we kill him for real? Does he not die?
Kill him harder!
What if I set him on fire? He's on fire now.
I think that's worse because he has a chance of dropping maggots every time he takes damage.
Oh.
Use your big axe. Okay, wait, if he keeps reviving, then we can just take book and dip.
And run.
Anything else yet? I don't think so. Let's dip. I said let's dip! Good luck. Goodbye.
It's gonna outrun him because I'm awesome. There we go. Closed. I locked him in his room.
Festering strides.
Festering strides. The warden of Shathorn Gulch was a terrible, sadistic man of gluttony. Some time ago, a powerful arcanist was imprisoned within the tallest belfry, who, in their grand escape, cursed the warden with immortality and endless festering wounds.
Necrotic Vigor. Wearing these boots grants the user a regenerating absorption shield. When on feet, plus 10 max health, minus 40 armor, minus 40 armor minus 40% armor toughness. I mean, I'll wear the shoes.
Gonna wear the cool shoes?
I want more health, and the armor gets cancelled out by the thing. Warden's Journal.
I thought I was so clever, surrounding myself with flowers. Now look at me, still as wretched as ever. This accursed stench refuses to leave me. Every waking moment I am hounded by the smell of rotting flesh. That damn prisoner, the necromancer, she did this to me. I won't ever forgive her. Now, in some things they can drop their blunders on me. That stupid coven of Potentia, bah! They finally achieve their goal, and it turns her into a fiery maniac. Serves them right, I suppose. Meddling with nature like that is sure to go badly.
Here you go.
Oh.
There's a thing down there. Okay.
It's like a big anvil.
Yeah, we should go to that at some point.
Where are you going?
Anvil.
Okay.
Maybe it'll tell us the way. Maybe the anvil will lead us the way.
Maybe it's pointing the right way.
Well, there's a chest on it. I'm out of building blocks. Do I have any? Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. That works.
Let me go to the top of this little.
I directly showed everyone imagined that which commanded the stars, giving love his fierce brilliance. The elder, shattered by someone or some throng. Don't terror, Maria, don't stare. Look up at the scare, yet brilliant.
What do you think that means?
What the?
That's what the item says.
Sounds like you're choking on your own tongue.
You should come here.
All right. Oh.
Look at this.
Onion ring. Elden ring.
Look at the description.
Why is it like that?
Why do you think I read it like
What
that?
happened to him? Oh.
I read it as it was written.
Don't care about these guys.
Ooh, I see stuff at the end of the. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Now I can see it.
Alright, let's get into Highfall Tundra. Highfall, what's the place called?
Tundra.
Do you hear that?
What, creeper?
The
Oh,
soundtrack.
music.
Impoverished nobles. Highfall was once exceptionally wealthy, but now trade has ceased, and the once noble people have fallen to poverty. Discovered Highfall. Well, let's rob the poor.
And give to the rich?
Maybe. We'll see. Alright, where else? Wait, I haven't explored this one, have I?
Ooh, rabbit stew.
This house is weird.
What do you mean?
There's more, but how do I get up there?
There we go. That's the way to do it.
Okay, wait, how are we supposed to get up here? There's a book there, we'll read it later. Oh. Oh. You wanna fix the poor people's house, or?
Yeah, let me fix their house.
I'll get
Just
the book.
only because they're poor.
I'll get the book, hold on. Curious Cavern.
During a recent trip to see the white flowers of North Aklaroma, we took a leisurely lunch by the riverside. Suddenly, just as I was finishing my red berry sandwich, one of our mules ran off the path with most of our supplies, so we gave chase after it. We didn't find the fella, but we did almost stumble into a cave that wasn't marked on our map, with some strange worn quartz pillars. Para immediately called a halt to the group, identifying the pillars as av'sal. She told us to go on and search a bit more for the mule while she stayed behind for a while. Jem had all of our scales, so this was fine for the rest of us. When we finally found him and came back, Para told us that we may have made a major discovery. I have the directions written down so that we can make a return journey soon. Travel west along the great river that begins at the Barak Plateau, cutting through Aklaroma. On the northern side of the river, where the white flowers grow, are grey peaks that protect Aklaroma from the blizzards of av'sal. Right before the river meets the ocean are two valleys that touch the grey mountains. The valley with the colored cliffs on its eastern side is the one with the cave at the base of the mountains.
Hey, can you remember those directions?
Oh, is that a place? Yes, I will, and it's called Keeping This Book.
Yeah. We'll look at that. Hey, Bird, there's something in here.
In the chapel?
Yeah, in the parish of Virtual.
Oh.
Do you have a... No, I don't have a button, so we could just... Up in
Whoa,
the High
is it the
Bell
bell
Tower.
tower?
You want to read that?
Priestess of Virtuo's Notes. Oh, there's a button on the inside.
Well, is there one on the outside? If you...
Oh, wait. There was.
tired of this day-by-day worship of Virtuo. The goddess who has abandoned us. My ancestors refused to worship her for a reason, and a good reason it was. In the north, Tethlane worship is far more common, but in Highfall they are blinded by a false hope of peace and prosperity, despite there being none since the dawn of the realm. They always tell me that I'll be executed for my words against the city's faith, but I do not care. They are insane fanatics. They tell me that Tethlane is dead, fell off the face of the realm. I don't believe it. Why would a deity die in such a simple manner? They must be hiding out, or they wish not to engage in Jamari affairs, given how simple-minded we can be. Maybe, sometime in the future, I can rebuild the old chapel of Tethlane. But that won't happen as long as our current ruler is in charge.
Religion. Whoa.
Religion moment.
Well, the north is Tethlane, the middle is Dramari, the east is Virtual, and the west is Male. No, not yet. I was saving it. I found 2 books.
I found a bunch of gray wool and black wool.
Well, I have a book here called A Desperate Gambit.
Ooh. Like the guy from X-Men?
What are you on about?
Dalin placed the final brick, and the entire living population of Fortan was shrouded in darkness. No more uniforms, insignias of rank, or devices made from primal catalysts remained. Nothing but a huddled mass of fearful flesh. For a moment, which could have been a minute or an hour, only the sounds of wind and thunder were audible, aside from the occasional, nervously twitching leg or cough in the small cave to the hidden passage where they waited. But, as all silences do among the living, this one eventually broke, as a child began to complain about why she couldn't go back to the surface to find her toy. Before she could finish a sentence, however, Dalin's hands clamped down over her mouth. A whispered warning from a mother, a local councilwoman, echoed in the hushed passage.
Don't think about anything except the wind.
For a few tense moments, everyone stood stock still. Finally, shoulders slumping, they returned to waiting and eventually fell asleep. A devastating mistake. Suddenly, there was nothing but chaos and gnashing teeth. Screams began to echo throughout the passage. Huge, slimy bodies pressed against the throngs of hopeless as perfectly circular holes revealed the clouded sky above. Dalin laid his weight onto the bricks, which barred their escape, but by the time the hallway lights illuminated the passage-made tomb, only 17 others remained alive. Any who had held position of authority or knew state secrets were gone, and most of the others laid on the ground in a gory heap. Reeling and vomiting, Dalin took the little girl's hand and led her out of the still burning town. The gambit had failed.
Author's note: this narrative was based on a true story.
Oh. Well, I have a book for you. It's titled Islands of the Realm, so you can have that one, and you can have this one for later. So what are the Islands of the Realm, Brett?
There are many islands across the entire realm, dotting the oceans, visible from the coastlines. Yet, there exists a pair of twin islands, far out of sight and light, undiscovered for many centuries. The islands of Dusk and Dawn, discovered in AV3298, being a staple in an age of rediscovery and learning. These islands, far to the north of Kasai and Mariul, feature stunning purple grass and crimson trees. Interspersed through the branches and soil are massive crystals, which are used to create various magical items. The island of Dusk in the west is the more overgrown of the two, and has yet to succumb to the intense crystal infection that plagues its sibling. The island of Dawn is much more sparse with wildlife, with the most dominant form of it being mushrooms. Some say there exists a secret third island to the south of the Black Jungle, the land even further south than Mossfield. The tree in the town center is supposedly from this fabled land, and was gifted to us millennia ago, when Highfall was still a powerful capital of trade and commerce.
Looking at the map, I can see the Twin Islands.
Oh.
They're far to the northwest, which makes sense because I think Kasai is probably around the west. Oh, why Sage Zalanar? Should we buy his wisdoms?
Sure.
Okay, I got the chest. I assume I'm supposed to place it. And we get practical wisdom. When selling goods in a marketplace, maintain an attractive stand and don't set up shop too far away from the other vendors. Should we buy the guy's other hot tips or whatever?
Sure, if you want to. His wisdom.
It costs like $25 each. I don't know if it's worth it.
Oh. What if it's just like, don't go out at night?
It's like loot boxes, I guess, for wisdom. Alright, let's buy his other words of wisdom. Okay, what do you think is in wisdom number 1?
It's gonna be don't mine at night.
Rural wisdom. When the stars align and the cows come home, don't forget to dance with the chickens. Here you go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, take
Thanks.
that. And in wisdom number 3. Transient wisdom. A leaf once blown can never be blown again. Here you go.
Yo, it's awesome. Ah! The horde.
Let's go for wisdom number 4. What do you think is in wisdom number 4?
Let's see what's behind wisdom number 4.
Aspirational wisdom. Shoot for 50. Aim for 100. Get the 25. Here you go.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
What do you think is in the last box?
Better be something good. Better be something good.
Easygoing wisdom. We'll butter that bridge when we sleep in it.
Yo. What?
We'll butter that bridge when we sleep in it. Hey, what's that worth like 3 stacks of our money?
I don't think it was.
Thank you, Wise Sage Zalanar. Are you ready?
Let's see what's in the hole.
Let me put a torch on. Ah! Ah! Good work. Hey, Bird, what the fuck? It's like the place that was reinforced with obsidian, but managed to get blasted through.
Someone blasted it.
Let's do some of this.
No!
What the fuck, Bird? Why do you break the ice? We can't break it. We don't have silk touch. Moving on.
L.
What if consider this?
Oh, run.
What if consider this? There's literally nothing here.
Should have grabbed torches as well as space for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but like they're useless here. It's pitch black.
Well, it's not pitch black for me. I can actually see the ground and everything.
I can't see shit. Oh, you gotta fucking get out of here. What the fuck?
Keep going. I'm the guy who can see.
How come you can see? I can't see shit.
Is there like anything at the end of this?
I see the light at the end of the tunnel.
That looks scary. We can live to see it.
Holy shit, it's really a
So
light
many
at the end of the
skeletons.
tunnel.
Oh, the skeletons are shooting each other. Okay, good. Oh my god.
The light.
What
the
is
warmth.
this?
What is this? Well, I mean, obviously, we know what we're supposed to do here. I swear if it's just a runic doll, I'm gonna kill myself.
Compass of nihility. An odd compass that feels wrong. It points to somewhere above the surface, far to the north.
I think we got a quest item, Bird. I have a suggestion.
Yep.
Wait. First, you take half, so I don't lose them. We got a whole stack of them. Just in case. Here's a suggestion, right? We kill ourselves,